Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Dubai, there lived a 9-year-old boy named JB. JB was clever, perhaps one of the brightest kids in his school, but he had one big flaw. He was stubborn and rude. No matter how much his parents tried, JB always refused to listen to anyone, even when they gave him the best advice. One sunny afternoon, JB was sitting at the kitchen table, tapping his pencil on the surface. His mother, a gentle woman with a kind smile, walked over to him, her eyes filled with concern. JB, sweetheart, you need to do your homework now. You promised to finish it before dinner, she said softly. JB didn't look up from his notebook. He huffed, pushing his pencil aside. I don't want to. It's too boring. Why do I always have to do things I don't like? His mother sighed. JB, being responsible is part of growing up. It's important to learn how to manage your time and responsibilities. But I'm too smart for homework, JB snapped, crossing his arms. I can do everything without trying. If you keep ignoring your responsibilities, you'll never see how much more you could achieve. JB rolled his eyes. I know what I'm doing, okay? I don't need anyone telling me how to live my life. That night, after dinner, his parents sat down with him again. His father, who had been quietly watching from the doorway, spoke up. JB, intelligence isn't about how much you know without trying. It's about how you use what you know to help others and improve yourself. They had a gentle but serious conversation. JB, we love you very much, his father said. But you're not showing kindness or respect when you speak like that. You may be smart, but it's your heart and your attitude that will take you further in life. JB didn't want to hear it. He stormed off to his room, muttering under his breath. Days passed, and JB's stubbornness continued. At school, his teachers noticed his intelligence, but also his attitude. He would often argue with his classmates, insisting that his ideas were the only right ones. He refused to listen to advice, believing he already knew everything. One day, JB's teacher, Mrs. Evans, decided to give him a challenge. JB, she said, I know you're a very bright student, but I want you to work with Aisha and Muhammad on a project. I believe that if you all combine your ideas, you'll create something amazing. JB groaned. Why should I work with them? I can do this by myself. But Mrs. Evans was firm. Sometimes, JB, the best solutions come from working with others. You'll learn new things. You might even discover that others can teach you something you didn't know. JB reluctantly agreed, although he was sure it would be a waste of time. At first, he dominated the project, pushing Aisha and Muhammad aside. But the more he tried to do everything on his own, the more mistakes he made. He couldn't get the model to stick together, and his ideas weren't coming out as perfectly as he had imagined. Frustrated, JB stopped and looked at his classmates. Aisha was carefully reading the instructions. Lucas was calculating measurements. And together, they had already figured out the perfect way to complete the project. JB was amazed. How did you do that? He asked, feeling a bit embarrassed. Aisha smiled. We listened to each other, JB. We all had ideas, and by working together, we made the best choice. For the first time, JB realized something important. It wasn't just about being the smartest or always being right. It was about listening, working with others, and being kind. He felt a bit silly for not understanding that sooner. When he got home that evening, JB apologized to his parents.